Yo, are we recording?
I think so.
I guess so, right? Hope your audio is good. If your
I hope
audio
so
sucks.
too. This is the first time using it, and it sounded absolutely awful on my Windows computer. But it sounded better when I tried the GarageBand on my iPad.
Okay, swag. That should be good then. And I'm recording with my microphone. Yeah. Yo. Mine a funny bone is dead.
Yo, funny bone.
We have a theme song now.
We do?
Yeah. So hey guys, welcome to Twink Peaks. As you can see, slash here, this is the, some might say, Osama bin Laden of episodes just because of how tragic it might be. But we are separated for the first time ever to you guys. When in actuality, it's been just over 2 months actually.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of crazy because it does not feel that long. But that's only
N-
because I've been working.
Oh, I'm so glad because it felt like you've been gone for 3 years and every day without you's been harder than the last. So I'm glad that it's felt like it's been 3 days for you because it
Yeah,
feels like it's
it's
been
only,
three
yeah,
lifetimes for me.
exactly. It's only
Yeah.
felt like 3 days because work is consuming me, and it's not like I really have friends here, except like two guys.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah. How are you doing today, man?
I'm actually not that great, but I'm not that bad either. My siblings visiting right now, Tyla. They can't hear you guys, but they can hear me. And Tyla's dealt with the brunt of my stress today. I
Why
had
did you
work in the
say
morning.
they can't hear you guys like you're talking to like the audience?
That's
Like when
actually a
the
good point.
like, it's
Shut
just
up.
me, bro.
Shut up.
Sorry.
It's
You've
a
had a
group FaceTime call.
stressful day, stressful morning.
The morning was fine. The kids were great. There's
Hmm.
one kid, she's so sweet, and she's always
Okay.
like just trailing around me,
You should you
like a
should
baby duck.
before you drake yourself, explain why you're around kids, man.
Oh, I work for a ski school.
Okay, there we go.
I'm around
Perfect.
kids, guys,
Hmm.
because I work for a ski school.
Exactly. And that's the only time Tate wants to be around kids. And it's kind
Yeah,
of,
I don't want my
but not even
own.
want. Tate's just like, that's just their job. It's just a requirement to be around kids, you know?
Yeah, and I
That's
enjoy
just how it
it
is.
though. Kids are very like rewarding. Learning, like teaching them, is very rewarding.
Yep.
I get why people become teachers. The pay does suck. I get paid under minimum wage here because
Really?
I'm here on nepotism.
How much are you getting paid an hour? You can figure it out. Oh.
And I wait, and you know what the worst part is? Like 35 hours is like a full work week.
Hmm.
I've worked 40 hours a week, every single week here,
So that you can like break even?
without overpay, like
Uh-huh.
overtime pay. And last week I worked 45 hours
Why the fuck? Oh, wait, why are you being paid less though?
because this is a nepotism job, and basically, the position I hold is not really a position they had before me.
Oh,
They
sick. So
opened it
they
up because they were
really
like, this could be
that.
very useful to our company, but this
Uh-huh.
is an experiment.
Okay.
So I was the test, and then because of that, I'm not getting paid like a full-time employee.
Okay, this is what nepotism deserves, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Like you give them the made up job, but then you make that made up job hell on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bright side, though, the made-up job is very useful because I've talked to some of the other employees that aren't in the marketing department, and they're like,
Mm.
finally, they got this job opening. Finally, someone's doing this. And I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. Also, you don't pay rent, so like you're
I
still
don't
stacking
pay
up
rent.
bread.
If I was paying rent, there's no fucking way I'd be able to live here
Yeah.
on that money.
Yeah. No, you'd be cooked. You'd be cooked.
That being said, though, I don't pay rent, but this apartment is like bare bones.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
you're not really home like that, so it's okay.
no.
It's okay, man. You're in your
For
winter arc.
everyone, who is not our friends and that don't know this directly, my apartment has no hot water in the kitchen or in the sink in the bathroom. There's hot water in the shower, but the water pressure is the worst I've ever had in my life.
Oh, I thought
Um,
that there was no hot water in general. Thank God there's hot water in the shower.
there's hot water in the shower. But there's
Okay.
hot and there's cold and there's no in between.
Oh, just like my shower here at this apartment that I'm moving out of. This is the last time that you guys are gonna see. I wouldn't say you guys are gonna see this background. Like we recorded a million episodes here. Like I think we recorded three in this apartment, and it wasn't
I
even looking
mean,
like this.
out of all the episodes we've recorded, three's like half of them.
3 is half of them. Yeah, this is episode 9. I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what else is this about this place? I think other than the actual water thing, this is like a really sick studio.
Okay, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. Do you fuck with living alone?
I love living alone. I did have a roommate last month, and she follows me on Instagram. She doesn't know English all that well, so I'm not going to say anything about her. But those who know.
Yo, this is why we need a Patreon so we could just yap about this shit, dog. So
I feel like
yeah.
anyone that's lived in the countryside or like anything that isn't a city, you know the kind of shit that comes out of people's mouths because they think you're like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Us city twinks are not built like them, man.
No. I'm actually
Nuh-uh.
okay and pretty content with not having a lot of friends here because I'd rather not have friends than like racist and homophobic ones.
Valid.
And because I have such stellar friends back home, it doesn't really like, and I keep
Yeah.
up contact with y'all so often, it doesn't really matter all that much.
That's beautiful, man. I'm very happy to hear that. I mean,
So,
yeah, it's like seeing you a bit lonely, but like it's okay.
the thing is, I'm not lonely yet. I'm just like alone, like physically, but I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
lonely yet. Tala is also visiting for 3 weeks during like the busiest
Oh.
time of my
Oh,
contract.
you chilling, bro. Tyler's there for a
So
while as well.
exactly.
Okay.
And because then I have someone here during the busiest time of my contract, I'm less likely to go insane. And then my dad is staying an extra week after Tala leaves to do some training
Yes. Sorry.
to help train me for my ski instructor exam in April.
Okay, swag.
So yeah,
It's very good to hear, man. Very good to hear.
and
Yeah.
not horrendous, you know. But yeah,
What's
so it's
happened
tough.
since What's happened since the last podcast episode? I mean, I think you've covered it pretty much. Like you moved, you know, ski instructor.
Yeah,
Episode like literally 2 episodes ago, you were like, I don't have a job. I want to kill myself. Um, you don't have a job that's like your dream job, but at least you got something, and that's really nice to see.
absolutely. And honestly, I actually Googled not even like 2 hours ago what the barista pay is in this area. It pays more than my current job pays for a barista role.
That's crazy.
So maybe I'll become a barista next, guys.
I mean, I guess like during summer, right? Because you won't be skiing during summer.
Exactly.
Okay, hell yeah. If you can finally do what you're built for.
Exactly. I feel
Yeah.
like there's not enough gay people here for people to truly experience a good cup of coffee.
Exactly, bro. They think it's coffee and it's literally just dirt.
It's just dirt. They
Yeah.
haven't tasted what a queer can add to a little cup of coffee.
Yes, they haven't. Oh my God, bro. They're gonna be like, you're gonna cause such like you know those stories that you hear like in the 1500s when an entire town went mad and everyone was like, yeah, that's what's gonna be happening once they have just like even a whiff of that coffee, man.
I'm gonna change the coffee industry here.
Mmm. Mmm. Hell yeah, man.
Okay, but we've been talking about me a lot and updates on me. I need your update.
Okay, since the last episode, what happened, guys? I I had to move out of this place. I'm still here for another like kind of 2 weeks, but I got a new place today on the 26th of February, which is also a year since I got my first long-term visa after being in Germany for 20 months, and they just let me fall through the cracks. If I didn't have friends, I might have been homeless. So, German government, think about that. You won't.
No.
Anyways, um, yeah, found a new place. It's a temporary solution, but I'm very cool with that. It's very nearby where I live now. Where I live now is Liechtenstein, guys. Don't worry about it.
Actually, though, we can bleep this out. Where is it? That's a really good location too.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's great.
How's the
Yeah.
guy?
Oh, the guy's so chill. He's so chill. He's moving back to the U.S. In June to
So
study
many,
architecture.
so many people are moving back to the U.S. I feel like,
Yeah, man, they're being called by home. Big.
which is like the
Yo,
worst time to move back to the U.S.
had the elections had already happened by the time that we our last podcast episode, but
Yeah.
inauguration hadn't happened, and since then, it feels like this nigga's been in charge for 4 years
Yep.
because he has done so much. Oh my god! Okay,
This
no.
this guy's implemented shit like he is on a fast track.
Let's get out of there real quick. Let's go back to like my something a bit more fun, my own personal life. Graduated in the absence of Tate. Tate's name was, I'll put it on screen. Tate's name was right above mine in the like graduation screen, which is like really sad that Tate couldn't be here for it.
I was very sad that day. That was the first time I felt really lonely, and I was like, I want to be there to graduate.
Man. What else has happened? Just been editing a bunch of shit. I last week I woke up and okay, back to audience. So I woke up at 5 a.m., threw up. Woke up, I went back to bed. 30 minutes later I woke up and I threw up. And I threw up at least once an hour for 12 hours straight. It was, hey guys, content warning, bit nasty. It was like a tenth of a bucket, just green stomach acid. After the first two ups, there was just nothing left, and my body was like, nah, trust. There's something there. And I was like, I'm telling you now, there's nothing there.
Dude, this just sounds like me when I was on my period before my birth control.
Yeah, that's me, guys. The woke
You've
estrogen.
experienced
The woke estrogen in
the
the water
period
is
experience.
turning me into a bleeder. That's what's happening.
Leader.
But yeah, that's what happened with me last week. Valentine's Day happened. That was very beautiful. Could have been more beautiful, but a certain
I
someone
could have
is in
been.
France.
It could have been a throuple situation.
It could have been a throuple with God. Wait, have I said? Firstly, I'm taking that back. That was a joke. Secondly, have I said? Yeah, guys, I have someone in my life. Leave me alone. Okay. Anyways, next. I don't know if I said it on the podcast yet, but whatever. We have like 20 listeners, anyways.
And shout out to those 20 listeners. I love you.
Shout, bro. The people that actually ride at this podcast are so loyal, and I really fuck with that. And once one of our bum asses starts editing more clips about the podcast, maybe you'll reach a wider audience.
Maybe.
Okay, you have a full-time job. Low-key, I'm the one that should be doing this. I don't have an excuse. But
No, but I will be doing this because my contract is coming up soon, and all I'll be doing when my contract is up is training for my exam and then this.
Okay, swag.
But also,
swag.
one of our loyal listeners, I'm pretty sure, is one of my high school friends, and I only reconnected with him like a year ago, so shout out to him if
Shout out
he's
to
listening.
you, man. Shout out to you. Yeah. So that's been my life. I would say that shout out to community, guys. Find yourselves a community, preferably not one where you guys like do push-ups together shirtless and shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
If the community has anything to do with money, nah, maybe not. But anyways, okay. Now I'm taming people.
That being said, if anyone knows queer communities in the French Alps, please message us. I need to know.
Shame. But yeah,
I am
please,
so tired of being around straight people.
please free Tate from the shackles. of
I
the
just
average person.
like I've told you all of this,
Hmm.
but this whole time I met one other gay person, and she was a client I chatted with for like 3 hours.
Hmm.
Everyone else has been straight, and everyone here, if they clock that I'm gay, assumes I'm gay, and there's no secret third option, bisexuality. It's you're gay or
Hmm.
straight here.
When you
It's
say here, you mean in life, Tate. In life, you are either gay or straight.
in the French Alps.
Exactly.
It's so well. I had actually one of the people here straight up asked me if I was like queer. Like I had a picture of Will on my phone, and he was like, "Oh, who's that? Like a special friend?" And I was like, "No,
Look at
he's
him. Is
gay."
it? Can I come on now?
And he was like, "Oh, you guys make a pair, don't you? Like a great pair." And then proceeded to ask, "Oh, like, do you like one or is it two?" I was like, "That's a great segue. Thank you. Someone at least asked
Yeah.
because everyone here just made assumptions."
Hmm. That's good.
So shout out to him.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to
I'm
you.
not gonna say
Sorry,
his name.
I was just re-downloading Spotify on my phone because I had to record. I recorded something before this podcast for an hour and a half, and I had to record most of it on my phone. I had to delete. I deleted Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Google Maps, and like Notion to make space on my phone.
For what?
Yeah, just recording a video, guys.
Oh.
64 gigabytes of space is not a
Oh
joke.
no.
It's
That's like
not a
nothing though.
joke. It's horrible. Yeah. But it's okay. New things ahead. New things ahead. Fuck. What was I talking about? I'm pretty scatterbrained here. Mm,
I just mentioned that at least someone asked clarification of my
yeah,
sexuality
yeah,
rather than
yeah, yeah.
assuming. So,
Too
unless you were gonna
many.
segue.
Too many gays. Oh, I was talking about community, and my people have carried me through this winter. The weather is. It's giving Germany is gonna have like normal weather for the first time ever. In that, like, it's the end of February, and it's gotten slightly warmer. And if you look at the weather forecast for March, it's just gonna get a bit warmer. And if you look at, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's not typical of Germany, but for sure. But I don't know. It seems like January and February, like the worst is kind of behind us now, which is very nice to think about. But even when, like, in the midst of the worst, my people carried me through it, man. I was always with people, and even if I wasn't, uh, like, I never ever ever felt alone. And I don't know. I love my friends. I love my friends, and I could not imagine doing any of this without them. I couldn't imagine doing any of it without you, but I guess I've had to make do since your bum ass hates me. Um,
We still
but yeah,
FaceTime.
I
You act as if the
guess
only communication we have is like via
it
letter.
is. It really is, man. That's how I
Actually, I
feel.
should start writing you letters.
Yeah, why not? I would write
We
you
could be
letters,
pen
but
pals.
a fucking Yeti's gonna steal my letter or some bullshit like that. I'm glad I hit the G spot of your brain, man.
Yep.
I miss hitting the other one.
And I miss you hitting it. No one quite hits it like you do.
Shit, chill. That's a pretty good way to segue into a question that your sibling Tyler made up, which I forgot about. What the fuck is Tyler's question?
Okay, so my sibling sent me a text like a week or two ago,
Mm,
and was like, this would be a great podcast topic. And I think this depends on who the audience is. But
mm-hmm.
Tyler, my sibling's question was, what movie would be made infinitely better if you replaced the cast with the Muppets? And which Muppet would play which role?
Okay. So I'm gonna put the Muppets on screen because when someone says the Muppets, I think of like
Elmo?
literally any other cartoon character. Exactly. So I'm gonna have to pull up the Muppets. I
We need
know
Muppets, not Sesame
Kermit,
Street.
Miss Piggy. That's the
Yup.
Muppets, right?
Yup. I
Okay.
actually usually get Bert and Ernie mixed up. They're not the Muppets, but I
They
always
are
include them
Sesame
for some
Street.
reason.
Yeah.
There's the
Hmm.
Angry Eagle.
Is he blue?
The Eagle?
Yeah, who are these niggas, bro? Sorry, I'm
He's
looking
like
at.
bluish gray.
Okay, guys. Muppets on screen right now. I don't know them that well. What's
That's
the
why I was
movie?
like, it depends the age graphic. Like my dad would eat this shit up,
Mm,
but I don't think the Muppets is as popular in America for some reason. I feel like it's such a UK thing.
yeah, but also even then, like the Muppets are. I
Or
don't think
like
the Muppets have any stronghold on millennial and Gen Zs.
I feel like it's. I feel like the older millennials for sure, or Gen X.
Yeah, but they just have not. Like everyone knows Kermit the Frog,
Yeah,
but if you ask, I think anyone under the age of 24, what's the last Kermit the Frog thing you watched? They'll be like, oh,
A Christmas Carol.
what?
Muppets: A Christmas
Sure,
Carol.
exactly, sure, man. What's the movie that we watched? Salo or 120 Days of Sodomy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Actually, would be better with the Muppets.
Yeah. Oh, the premise of the movie is it's it's just like in the Italian
1940s Italian
countryside.
fascism.
Yeah, basically imagine like it's just the elite in Italy just doing the like diddling diddling
I think it's
like
like
it's a
12
competition.
young girls and 12 young boys.
Yeah,
And it's
and
the
they just
bishop, it's the
do
president, it's the chancellor, and it's another
some I think
head of
maybe
military
general
or
of the
something like
army.
that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Right?
yeah. Yeah.
And they're all
And
like,
then
here's the thing, most of the time they don't even like really diddle kids all as much. What they do, however, is eat a lot of actual human shit.
yeah, and they make the kids little each other, and then they also just guys, it's oh. Anyways,
It's an
put them up with
uncomfortable
in that.
experience, and honestly, I don't even think it was like that good. I don't know if I was so disgusted I couldn't actually appreciate the cinematic qualities, or if it was just not that fucking good.
It is one of those films to me where I genuinely don't care about any of the merits it has as a
Yeah,
film. The subject matter and what happens in it is just too grotesque for me to give it anything other than 0 stars. Because like,
yeah.
hey, what what did I learn? Nothing. I learned that I have empathy for children. I
I
learned
learned that
that
I think human shit is disgusting. Actually,
yeah.
no, I confirmed that human shit is disgusting. I already knew that.
Yeah. Anyways, put the Muppets in that shit, man.
Put them
Let's
up.
see what
You know what?
happens.
I feel like who was the really weird guy with that like cross eyes?
I think it was the president.
Yeah, I would put him as Kermit.
Madam the president was talking like this. Kids, take off your no.
Oh my god, and like, because there's also a bunch of nuns that no high-end prostitutes that are like
Mhm.
explaining stories throughout the movie, and then the punishment for the children is based on the story that these like nun slash prostitute
The
women
woman
are.
that plays that plays the piano, Miss Piggy.
Piggy, Miss
Miss
Piggy.
Piggy. That's crazy. Yo, I'm
You know,
surprised. I'm surprised Miss Piggy isn't they them Piggy. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys?
Actually though, one night I was discussing with our producer Antonio, the book that the movie was based on, and the
Mhm.
book is an old book that's like I think 200 if not 300 years old, and it was by a French aristocrat.
Of course it
Here's the
was.
thing. Everyone talks about how Salo the movie itself is like a criticism of fascism,
Hmm.
right? And I can agree to a certain extent with that for sure.
Yeah.
But the book itself, there's a lot of debate on whether that is a criticism or like an analysis of in this case, the monarchy and the systems in place. But you
Yeah.
listen to this guy's life story, he was an actual pedophile. His
Sick.
wife at the time would help him diddle kids. And then
Nice.
she
Ghislaine
only
Maxwell.
divorced him because he slept with her sister.
That's where I draw the line.
He's like,
Why
yeah,
would
I'll
you
help you
fuck
fuck
my
kids, but
sister?
you can't fuck my sister.
That's insane.
And then his whole, like, he was arrested several times. You know how bad you have to be arrested by authorities as a man, an aristocratic man at that time, for the way you treated a prostitute?
Oh my God, this is literally like Diddy's lawyer being like, I cannot continue.
Yes, because he tied up this prostitute and, like, tortured her and stuff, and then he forced her to, like, partake in blasphemy, like, verbally, and the way he tortured her disgusted the authorities so much that they were like, yeah, we gotta arrest you. That's how
insane,
fucking
man.
bad he was. And he's an aristocrat.
Like,
he was the cousin
aristocrat,
of the king at the time.
aristocrat.
He was related to the king. And they were still
I'm trying
like,
to think.
you're so fucking weird.
Like aristocrat, this is a sex worker in the like 1600s. This is like this is like you being arrested for what you did to like a stone in regards to the difference in class between him
Yes.
and the sex worker, man.
Insane. And he had so much of this shit throughout his whole life, and his whole thing was like, I'm gonna write this book. And like the book is so much worse than the movie in terms of the content and what he makes these happen to these kids.
Bro.
So
Okay.
like slay, I guess.
Slay, I
Slay
guess.
as in like slay him.
Yeah, kill him. Okay, apparently, this doesn't feel, because not a single credible news source has reported on this, and I did see it on TikTok, and now I'm looking it up. Apparently, Diddy's lawyer who stepped down was once part of Osama bin Laden's defense team, and everyone's like, he was going to go to bat for Osama. Friend of the show, Osama, as we have talked about his son before, Omar. Not even. Oh my God! What did he do? What more did he do, man? Yeah. Anyways, put the Muppets in Salo. Put the Muppets in.
Saltburn.
Dude, I was thinking about that because they already those people. I think Kermit could play a really good Felix.
Ooh.
Felix is
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan's character, right?
Is he? Well, that guy.
Who's Jacob? What's Jacob Lordy's character's name?
I thought he was just like
Big Sexy. Sorry.
I think he might be Felix.
Probably. You're right. Let's see. Oliver
Actually, though-
is Barry Keoghan. Felix is Jacob Lordy's character.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
Barry Keoghan like Oliver. Come with the Frog. Oh, Felix. I want to drink your bath water. I sound like you know, in movies when someone falls back and like hits their head on a rock and like wakes up. I sound like if that happened to Jordan Peterson. That's what my Kermit the Frog impression sounds like.
Actually, though, this is the time of the year I so desperately crave to rewatch Saltburn, even though I just don't think it's that
Same.
good. I
Oh
want
my
to watch
God.
it again so bad.
Doing a movie night tonight, I might. No, they wouldn't let me, but I might. But they wouldn't let me, but I might.
It's like, where'd the
Shit.
put it out there?
Yeah, dude, it was a few of us a few weeks ago. I was like, there's the scene where Felix dies when they find his body in Saltburn. I was like, guys, that scene is so good. And then we watched it, and we were all like just really bummed out afterwards. And I was like, wow, this scene is actually really good. I feel so fucked up now.
It's like the weird combination of like such a good film and like such a bad one into
Yeah.
one.
But it doesn't even meet in the middle for it to be good for me. Like it's wow.
It's like I can't decide my feelings really about it. All I know is I really want to rewatch it.
Yeah. Put the Muppets in Saltburn. An easy one would be like put the Muppets in like Fast and the Furious, but no.
That's
Right,
too obvious.
there is no Vin Diesel Muppet.
No, Miss Piggy could play Vin Diesel.
Oh, true. Why am I acting like women cannot be in male dominated fields?
I know. Just slap on a wig on her.
Exactly.
Give Miss Piggy a wig and she can be Vin Diesel.
Just take off all her hair and she can be Vin Diesel. What is Gen Z's The Muppets?
Oh, you know what I feel like it is? It's one of two things. Percy Jackson or Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, it's probably Avatar then.
Which is funny because I've never really consumed either of them.
No, but I think, but I
Because
feel
the
like
Muppets
those
is
are the
like a
big
thing that
things.
kids grow up with, you know?
Yeah, but I guess we didn't really have a unifying them up. I mean, I guess Sesame Street, right?
Yeah, but
But
even then I never consumed it.
yeah, I did. It banged, it banged, it banged.
I'm
La
talking
la la
about
la,
Sesame
la la
Street.
la la. Elmo's World, bang it. Um, but yeah, no, we didn't really have that. It was the fucking
I feel
um,
like it really was
the
Avatar, to be
Vlog
honest.
Squad,
Oh my god, actually no, you're right. Our
the
generation's
MP,
Muppets was the Vlog Squad.
the Sidemen. That's what.
No, I think it's the Vlog Squad. I think that's the closest we'll get.
Probably, but I think no. But Vlogs got to be a bit too old. The Muppets is like when they were kids. Vlogs got to be all like 14, 15, 16.
True. This was at the worst point in our lives.
Mm-hmm. I can't really think of anything right now, and I don't want to waste podcast air thinking about it. Do you see David Dobrik is ripped now? Have you been here for that?
Yeah,
Da-
I remember
David,
us calling and being like, this is so wrong.
yeah, David Dobrik's buff now.
But it's also like every time when I first saw the clip of him buff when he like poses and shit,
Yeah,
his eyes go and look in two different directions at the same time.
nothing wrong with that.
He but here's the thing: combined with the fact that his neck is so fucking skinny,
Yes,
this looked like an AI generated video where they just didn't know
dude.
where their eyes go.
Yes, you're so right. Fucking whoever's in charge of what's his name, Ilya, make them do neck exercises, man. They look so especially in the age of AI videos. You are not helping people by making them look like they're floating over a body. Like they look stupid as hell, stupider than normal.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
thing is, he's also got like he still has a quite a chubby face. Like he's
Hmm.
just got a baby face type look to him, with a skinny neck and a ripped body. It's like three different components in one, and it doesn't mesh.
No, not at all. Ew. Yeah. David Dobrik's jacked. Cody Co's back. He's posting on the second channel again.
You know what's funny is I never really consumed Cody Ko. I think I mix him up with. Is he a gamer? No, this is such a genuine question. Is he a gamer? What does he do?
No,
Is he
man.
a commentary YouTuber?
Yeah, but not like commentary. Like,
Is he in the
um,
same genre as Curtis Connor?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's how bad my knowledge is of him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's done. I just don't like the sound of his name.
That's like. I
It's
mean,
like
his full name is
too
like.
easy to just like bring up, you know?
His full name is like Kolochesnik or something like that, like Polish. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool, it's
Hey,
just okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
But yeah. Boo him, boo him.
What has he
Uh,
done? Has he talked to children?
I slept with Tanamoto when she
Was
was
it Tanemoto?
17.
It's that
Yeah,
guy.
that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I know him as, really.
Anyways, he's back. He's trying to make a comeback, I guess. I don't know. Um, just very quickly, because I don't want to talk about this for a while. But like, a bunch of people are like, guys, he just had a kid. He should be able
And
to support
and
his
keep
family.
keep the
Get a
kid away from
job
him.
then, nigga. Just get a job then. Keep the kid away from him. That's crazy. That's crazy. What did Kendrick say? Um, and Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Yeah.
Yeah, but get a
Huh.
job. You can get a job outside of the social media realm.
Get a job, man. Because also you've made enough money to be able to just become, find a startup and just bankroll it and figure it out. There are
Yeah,
enough
then
AI
budget.
startups that are probably going to do well.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
budget properly.
No, actually, no, because I don't fuck with them. Invest in gambling, but by you gambling. And then I heard that I I heard that companies in Russia are doing really well right now. So maybe
Oh
invest in
yeah.
those, invest in those, invest in those. Um,
Support Russia.
Boycotting definitely hasn't worked. So trying to invest in Starbucks, they haven't laid off like over 1,000 workers.
Invest in McDonald's. It's a surefire way to get your money back.
Yeah, definitely,
Do
definitely,
it.
definitely, 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 definitely. Yeah. Yo, bro, fucking. Do you know Texas Instruments? Sorry, this is everywhere.
Vaguely. It's like a
So
band, right?
no, I
Then
wish.
no.
No, so I was at an art gallery. Uh, went to an exhibition. It was just sad. It was just black people, you know. So obviously, it wasn't gonna be the most fun. Um,
That being said, there was that one
May we be free.
fantastic exhibition that you put me onto
A
from
Tyler Mitchell one.
yeah.
I still cried. That shit was sad as hell.
It was sad, but there was like
Yeah,
also a lot of like beauty and like joy
yeah,
to it. It was a mix.
definitely. But anyways, there was a uh, tiny artwork downstairs, and the projector had like Texas Instruments components in it, like this tiny label at the back, and they make like calculators and stuff, right?
They
But
make
they
what?
also they make calculators and stuff like that.
Oh my god,
But they
shit, you're
also
right.
make like rocket launchers for the U.S. military. The Javelin, if you've heard of the Javelin before ever, made by Texas Instruments, baby, found like designed from the ground up by Texas Instruments, and it was just very weird being in like a gay ass art gallery and then seeing the projector made by Texas Instruments, and I was like, no,
It's
yeah.
kind of like playing. I had a saxophone when I was like 13, and it was
Hmm.
by Yamaha. And then I discovered they also do my motorcycles. It fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, Yamaha does everything, man. They make security and sound systems for yachts as well.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy that you knew Yamaha as instrument
And
company before. I knew them as motorcycle company, and then I was like, why the fuck does that piano say Yamaha on it? What's going on?
it's like,
Yeah.
why does this motorcycle have Yamaha on it? Does it play the piano?
I feel like that's a lot of Asian companies, definitely. Like American companies, it's usually like, oh, we do food and military, or we do calculators and military.
And military.
Exactly. That's like every American company. And then in Japan, it's like, oh yeah, uh, Nintendo was rice cookers initially, and they only closed their seed department in the 80s, actually.
Their
And now,
seed department?
no, it's just like a, I just made something up on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just do that, and then eventually they become Panasonic or whatever the fuck. Very quickly, Panasonic, top 10 brand names of all time. I think it's so sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Or also Red
oh,
Komodo.
but red is the name. Komodo is the name of the camera.
I know, but specifically as like a camera named
Komodo,
Red
yeah.
Komodo? That
Red
sounds
have
sick.
red is like
See, what's smart about Red is that you can tack on Red and then whatever you want after it and it will
mm.
sound cool, but Red on its own is just so basic.
I don't know how I feel about their naming scheme though. It's giving a bit childish sometimes. It's giving a bit like SpaceX, Tesla type, like we're cool and sick. Like they have the red Monstro, the red Weapon.
Oh,
So
that's
they have
too
a bunch of
much.
other names. I prefer like Ari, just calling it like the Ari Alexa, the Ari Trinity, and shit like
It
that.
feels more adult.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I don't know. Nikon bought red, by the way. Sorry guys, welcome to Camera Corner. Nikon bought red last year.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I don't like red because they have a patent on like actual raw footage and refuse to let anyone else use it.
Oh yeah, no. I thought that was Black Magic.
No, Black Magic Raw is they've basically been fighting Red in court for like a million years because Red keeps trying to sue them, and Black Magic has found like the tiniest loophole to make some version of raw footage. But
Good for them.
raw footage as we know it is owned by Red, and they refuse to let anyone else use it.
Which is stupid. But Do they
Yeah.
own the name or do they own the actual like?
They own like the way you create like lossless video files.
That shouldn't be legal.
It's one of those patents where because they got the patent so early before raw footage was a thing, and now that raw footage is the biggest thing, now it's one of those where it's like, oh, it's like if Coca-Cola had the patent to like putting water in juice, and then now you're like, oh, what the fuck? How the fuck did we give them that? How did
Because
that
when I
happen?
first started trying to understand my camera and shit, I was like, okay, yeah, raw is like the footage without unedited, right? That's just what you
Mhm.
call it because it's raw, it's bare bones.
Yeah.
No, it took me so long to figure out that's not what it is. And then it took me
Yep.
longer to figure out being like, okay, but why doesn't my Sony camera shoot
Hmm.
in RAW? Why
Hmm.
can I not get my footage at like the like strip down of everything and then build it back up in the edit?
Yeah.
It was embarrassing because I cannot wrap my head around a lot of camera shit, so is still a long journey.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I just
Did
got a notification saying that my recording had stopped. Everything seems to be uploaded just fine though, like to the
Okay,
cloud,
thank God.
whatever the hell. But yeah, it was very scary for 2 seconds. Yeah, camera corner's done. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry that this podcast episode is so all over the place. We just haven't really spoken to each other like this in so long. So things are just spilling out of us. Also didn't write down any topics really, even though a lot has
Yeah.
happened in the last few weeks. So we're really just spitballing, man. You're just listening to us have a conversation about whatever comes to mind. I'm going
And
through
also
my
the tough
notes.
part
Hmm.
with our questions is we try to like not be taught like a time specific. Like we try to not bring up like trends or memes that are very specific to the era because
Yeah.
we take so long to do upload this shit
Yes.
because we're both very busy people.
Yeah.
It's so tough to come up with questions.
Is there anything currently that you want to talk about right now? Because this episode should be out by like March 10th, I would say.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's not a current topic, but I'm really missing out on all like the movies that are coming.
Yes.
Like I
Told you.
watched Nosferatu 2, 3 weeks after everyone else did because the cinema in this fucking mountain didn't have it until like 3 weeks after, and I
Damn.
was really lost on the train. And it's like that with all of the films that are coming out. I am no
Sing Sing
longer on
is
the pulse of cinema.
Sing Sing is coming out this week. Um, Mickey 17 is coming out next week
That comes out on like I think it
on the 6th.
releases on the 5th of March here, but it doesn't actually come out in cinema for like 2 weeks or something.
Sick. I watched Companion last night. That's good. That's banging.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a fun time. Um,
Other than
Brutalist is still
that,
showing. Haven't watched the Brutalist yet because it's 3.5 hours
yeah,
long.
same. They actually don't play it here,
Okay.
so I can't watch it. I have to go to the actual biggest town around here, which would be less than an hour's drive.
Okay.
By train, it takes 3.5 hours,
Yay.
which is the same amount of time it would take to get to Geneva, and it is 5 times further away. I don't understand how the train system works here.
You say it's what? It's 5 times further away, you said?
Geneva is 5 times further away than Sallanches, which is the town I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about, yet it takes almost the exact same amount of time to get there by
I guess
train.
because Geneva is a more important town than a town named after Solange Knowles, musician Solange Knowles.
Sallanches. It's not even spelled the same way.
I know.
But the thing is, a lot of people that work here live in this town that's 40 minutes drive away because all the apartments here are taken by Airbnbs or people's summer homes or like seasonal homes.
The ones in Chamonix?
Chamonix and any town that is near Chamonix.
They done gentrified Chamonix, man.
It's like an actual problem, and I didn't like Airbnb before, and I hate it even more now
Yeah. Apparently
because
Airbnb's ruined Canada.
yeah, I do not
Because
fucking doubt.
Yeah, because Canada allowed like a bunch of like foreign investment to come in, and all the foreign investment firms are like, "Oh, let's just make all the buildings we've built Airbnbs." Yeah. Um.
That's actually really fucked up.
Yeah, man. fuck Airbnb, I guess.
Fuck
But
Airbnb.
oh, it pisses me off because like Airbnb is a really good idea, actually.
Yes, it's fantastic.
It,
The start of it was great. It just became so gentrified and capitalist, like just so capitalist in its nature so quickly.
yeah, I missed the good era of Airbnb because when I got here, it was already kind of fried, I would say.
Yeah.
And one thing that's really disappointing is I thought that hotels would be like, okay, cool, Airbnb has done its fuck shit. Let's just make prices a little lower, and people are gonna crawl right back to us. And they fucking haven't. Hotels are still so expensive, bro. What are you doing?
Yup.
What are y'all
That being
doing?
said, I do kind of prefer a hotel to an Airbnb depending on the type of vacation.
Oh, really?
Because I feel less bad because hotels have been around for so long. There's such an industry. Airbnb is so like recent, even though I know they're very interconnected.
Yeah,
It's usually because hotels come with so many more amenities,
true.
and I like the choice.
I think I haven't traveled, bro. Last time I stayed in a hotel,
Oh, it's actually been years for me, I think.
I was 15. I just turned 15. So at this point, I mean, in a few months, it would have been 8 years since I stayed in a hotel. And Airbnbs have only stayed in like probably, oh, actually, I've stayed in a few now that I've gone to Germany. But I'll still say less than like 6, 7, maybe around
You know
5.
what? I'm gonna ask Tyler off camera. Tyler, when's
Okay,
the
go
last time
for
you
it.
went to a hotel?
I don't know.
It's been a few years, hasn't it?
I mean, maybe 1 or 2.
Oh, I think probably 1 or 2 years. Actually, the last thing I was at was an Airbnb. I just realized. No, it wasn't an Airbnb. It in Denmark, there's things called summer homes,
Uh huh.
and a lot of people will have them. You can only be living in them for a certain amount of time, like months, a year. You cannot like go over that time, or you start paying
Oh, okay.
taxes as an actual home because it's the summer home is a
Interesting.
whole separate thing.
No,
Yeah.
there's no hospitals in that area.
Oh, never mind. I've just been corrected. It's apparently because there's no hospitals necessarily near the summer home areas.
Okay.
So because of that, you cannot be living there full time or more than a certain amount of time for risks, like health reasons and risks.
Okay, interesting.
So we did go to one, but it wasn't it wasn't by Airbnb. It was like a separate summer home organization thing, and people just rent it out during the times they're not there. But
Yeah.
people go to them not just during the summer. They're just called summer homes because it sounds nice.
I see. I see.
And that was great.
Yeah, no, I think I fuck with Airbnbs more as a concept because it
Oh,
feels
for
like
sure.
a hotel basically always feels like you're on stolen land when you
Yeah.
visit a place.
Oh, a hotel always feels like they're milking your money.
Yeah,
Over.
but like an Airbnb, you're staying in a neighborhood in that place.
It feels like it's robbing me, but I don't know it.
Yeah, it just feels a lot more authentic because, like, oh, I'm staying in Neukölln. Whereas, like, if
It's
you're staying
like,
in a hotel,
if I lived
it's
here,
probably
this is
in.
how I would live.
Yeah, and then like you can go to the grocery store and like buy shit and make your own stuff, which probably costs more money than just like the hotel, like bed and breakfast or whatever. But it makes, I think, Airbnbs make you engage more organically with the environment that you're in than hotels do. I think hotels kind of set the precedent that like you are separate, you are a visitor here, whereas an Airbnb at least makes you feel like, nah, I'm with the people.
True.
Buongiorno, guten Tag.
That being said, I feel like a hotel, though, kind of sets up how you're supposed to behave in the environment. Like, because you go to a hotel, you are not from here. So then you know
true.
you are not going to act like you're from there, that you're going to have to act like a tourist. You have to be respectful because you are not from here.
Yeah, and
You
also
know?
everyone kind of very immediately assumes you're a tourist, which helps, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless they want to rob you, I don't know. But even if they do, they probably should.
That being said, for like a 1 night or 2 night thing in like a village, bed and breakfast.
Yes. I
A
agree.
like small little inn bed and breakfast. 100%.
Yeah.
I need to feel like it's owned by a 60-year-old woman and her husband that just passed away 2 years ago, and like the 5 dogs she had with him. I need that.
Real as fuck. And her kids live in the big city now.
And they come
Yeah.
and help, and every time they visit, they help for a little bit.
What I wanted to ask you, I realize this is a conversation that we can have. You can't count politicians, right? Has
Okay.
France produced anyone popular of note in the 21st century who isn't brown? So I was talking about this with my cousin.
Because I was gonna like,
they're two
that's a good
footballers.
point.
Antoine Griezmann, Olivier Giroud, white guys. Otherwise, footballers, Paul Pogba.
Are they
black
born
as
in
hell.
the 21st century, or are they just popular in the
Popular
21st century?
21st century.
Yes. What's his fucking name from that N? He pisses me off, actually, as a person.
But Vincent Cassel?
Vincent
Really?
Cassel.
Okay.
Because here's the
okay,
thing, even
okay.
if you don't know his name, you know his face.
But is Vincent Cassel white? Do we know this?
Oh yeah, he's white.
Okay.
He's a white Parisian.
Okay.
He might be Jewish, but he's still white. He might. I could totally be corrected on that one.
Okay, it says he's just French. Okay, Vincent Cassel. But yeah, France is really shameless because I've been watching a documentary called Court of Gold. It's on Netflix. It's about the basketball tournament for the.
Sorry, I just thought of another
Yeah.
actor.
Go for
Adele
it.
Exarchopoulos.
Never heard of.
No,
Never
you
heard.
have.
Who
She's one of the women in Blue is the Warmest Color.
is she in? Is she in Passages as well?
Yes.
Ah, okay, there we go. See, here's the
She's
thing
Greek French.
with these people, right? If I ask my brother who that is, he has no idea. If I say to my brother, "Do you know Zinedine Zidane, the Algerian French football player?"
Yeah, but we could argue the same thing. You could ask my dad who that is, and he would go, "I don't fucking know," because he doesn't
Your
follow
dad
sports
knows
like
who
that.
Zidane is. Your dad.
No, I don't think he does. You know what?
I
I'm
think
gonna
your
call
dad
him right now.
knows. Okay. Interesting. But does he know either of them though?
He knows Adele Exarchopoulos because he likes movies. He's a movie guy, but he also, with the other actress in Blue is the Warmest Color, I forgot her name. She was in the James Bond movies, so she was also known in the American audience, even though she's French.
Okay. I guess this is a cheat code, but football, far and away biggest sport in the world.
Okay, I'm calling him right now.
Yeah, go for it.
What's the name of the guy?
Zinedine Zidane.
Hello.
Hello? Yes, hello. Very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. I'm talking to Henry right now. Do you know who Zinedine Zidane is?
Yes, he's a
Fuck.
very famous French football player.
Thank you so
Because
much.
I'd never heard of him, and I was convinced you weren't either, because you're not a sports guy.
He was the top football player when I watched the World Cup in France.
Oh! Oh,
Famous
so
for
he's
the-
old.
Yeah.
Famous for headbutting a guy
Oh.
in the World Cup and getting sent off at a crucial moment.
Okay, so do you know who Adele Exarchopoulos is?
No.
No!
No.
Shit.
I assume another football player, but
No, Adele Exarchopoulos is an actress, and I thought for sure you would have 100% known who she is because you're a film guy.
Escapulus? No.
Adele Exarchopoulos. You'll know her face if you see her, but I guess by name, maybe not.
No.
Okay, that was it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Miles.
Bye.
Bang!
You know what? I've never actually been put in my place so quickly.
Yeah,
I was wrong. It's just me.
And his thing, Zinedine Zidane, Algerian.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry, black. Kylian Mbappe, black. Paul Pogba,
Yep.
black.
No, wait. Jean-Pierre Jeunet. That
Who's
is a
that?
white guy.
I'm not
He-
being ignorant here.
He directed Amélie Poulain.
Okay. We're cooking.
Delicatessen.
Okay, we're cooking.
There's like the thing is there's a couple like French actors I can think of that are like known, but they're not really known outside of France. That's the
I guess
issue.
like that's my point is that like France is so. I just always think of when Emmanuel Macron is like, oh, old colonies aren't grateful for us. And that's okay. I know what it's like when people aren't grateful type shit, right? But it's like France is the most shameless former colony in that basically everyone it's made of note internationally in the 21st century is from a fucking former colony. And I just
Yeah.
can't say the same for like other colonies. Like I was thinking of the UK, but like fucking Adele, Hugh Grant, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, there's a bunch of English actors that are like big. Robert
Yeah, even though
Pattinson.
like they make a lot of like a lot of people from former colonies also have made it big in the UK. Idris Elba, Skepta, Dave, all these people. But with France, I was like, damn, it's mostly just, and it just can it come back to
That's
the
fair.
basketball documentary. Like in Court of Gold, all the Olympic basketball teams had 12 players, and two of them were white in the French basketball team. And they were both like Algerian looking. Anyways, there wasn't just like a white guy. They were both like, yeah, and it's just,
Because here's the thing, I dabble in French-speaking music as well, and I'm thinking about it. All the French-speaking music I listen to are Algerians, or they're Parisian, but they're black.
yeah. Like France is so crazy in that most of the notable French people who aren't politicians or the richest guy in the world um, are not, I guess, genetically French. Is that if that's
Yeah,
even a
and
thing?
even
That's
the
not even a
actually
thing.
one other one I can think of, I listened to one
Yeah.
of his songs. He's fucking Greek, but he just grew up in France. He's like French Greek, but he's still Greek.
Yeah, I do think that if and the U.S. is barely scraping by as well.
Yeah.
Like they could also fall into this very quickly.
Same
They
with
do
Germans.
they do have a
Wait, no,
lot
actually,
of
not
no
with Germans.
like Germany like their national team they're like three people of color really, and it's like
Yeah.
okay cool and like internationally sport wise they still do well. And music wise or like just art wise, the most popular Germans are still, I guess, commonly white people. They're still they.
Same
It's
with
not.
Denmark.
Yeah, same with Denmark.
Any known Danish actor, director,
Yeah,
art person is a Danish person, like ethnically. 100%.
but
You look at them and you're like, you're a Dane.
of the countries that covered the world, like Spain, Portugal, U.S., France, England, and then Germany-ish until the end of World War One. France is like France has had the worst in regards to like holding on to their we're number one. Like their colonies have whooped their ass in everything.
Because
They
at
have
least with Spain, I can think of Rosalia.
Rosalia, Shakira.
Was Antonio Banderas Mexican or is he Spanish? I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I
he's
have
Spanish.
no idea. Looking him up right now. Spanish actor Antonio Banderas. Yeah,
See?
that's crazy. They still have like heavy hitters. Like I said, Shakira as well. Rafael Nadal, sports wise. Javier Bardem is Spanish. What the fuck? Really? Javier Bardem is Spanish? I'm really surprised by that.
So either you are like France, where you have all of your most known people in the recent history are all people of color or from your former colonies. You're Danish or German, where they're all very ethnically from that area of the
Yeah.
world. Or you're the third, where you're Portugal and no one fucking knows anyone from there.
Real. I think Denmark, to me, Denmark doesn't count in this because they didn't go far enough with their colonialism. They just
Yeah, no,
colonized
they just kind
near
of
them.
they just went to Scotland and like parts of England, and they were like, "This is good enough."
And I guess Greenland as well. And that was
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I said I guess Greenland as well. Like they didn't fucking sterilize people in
Yeah,
Greenland.
that was tough.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, France is pretty stinky. France is. I mean, we
Yeah,
already know
France
France
is
is pretty
stinky.
stinky.
France is
But
like I know everyone. I've told this to you. I know everyone jokes about like France being like sucks and let's erase France from the map. But the more I live here, the more I'm like, yes, actually, let's do this for real.
yeah, though the thing
Let's remove this country from the map.
I like all the brown people there. They're very
Oh
funny.
yeah, 100%.
I like that when basically anything like that affects the comfort of living in France changes even by the slightest bit, they destroy everything. I love that their government does live in fear of them. That's good.
Good.
And more countries should be like that, definitely.
That being
But
said, in recent history, French people have started giving up.
I would
They
agree.
started not fighting back.
Looking at their government right now, they really only protest now when it's something like fuel prices going up. But besides that, not really doing that much anymore.
But yeah, like French. Now, the people of color in France are like the best people. That's, I think, most countries, anyways. But like, apart from the two friends I've made here, the best conversations I've had are two black Parisians I met at the bus stop, and we conversed for like max half an hour, and that made my fucking week because they were so interesting and so nice.
Yeah.
And because I had to deal with like countryside French people for so long.
Yeah, France did not cook at all. Well, I guess Belgium as well, but Belgium. Okay, let's see. Who are famous Belgian people? They.
What's her name that directed Titan and Raw?
Ooh, is she Belgian?
Yeah, she's Belgian. I know
Interesting.
that because the acting teacher at the college I went to in Denmark knew her, but that's because every
Yes.
Belgian in the acting or film industry in general kind of know each other.
She's French. She's Parisian, bro.
Oh my god, no, but I think she lives in What? No!
Maybe she does. Yeah, French
Shit.
film director and screenwriter, born in Paris. Maybe she lives in Belgium. I don't know, but I guess Belgium. I'm thinking about because at least for me, the answer here is usually sports because that's what the most people usually care about. And in sports, it's still split pretty 50-50. Like players
I'm
of
so sorry to
color.
like interrupt you right now. This
Yeah,
is so
and
funny that
white
her
ones.
mother is a gynecologist and her father is a dermatologist. What a combination to have as parents.
Yeah, they got your holes covered, baby.
They have
Oh
all
no,
your holes covered.
dermatologist.
You're
Why did I think
correct.
dentist? Why am I thinking
No,
dentist?
but
But anyway.
dermatologist pores. The pores in your
That's
like
true. That is true. That is true. Yeah,
holes in
yeah,
your face.
yeah. I was just thinking dentist for some reason.
Okay, let's go back to your sports thing though.
No, I was just saying like Belgium is like 50-50. So like nothing crazy there. France is still
Yeah.
bad. Like the UK.
Because if I think of Belgian people that are historically well known, I just think of like people
King Leopold
that were involved in
in ruining Africa.
Congo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah. And I guess
that's the most known Belgian people for me.
one more thing to, I guess, wrap up the podcast because we have been recording for a while. It pains me, bro. But like, so
We've
once again,
only been recording for like an hour and 5 minutes, and I think we're gonna also have to cut down quite a bit.
yeah. That's okay. That's okay. But watching Court of Gold, I love sports documentaries, man. They make me feel something. But and they also like sports documentaries are some of the only documentaries that you can go to and like come out of it feeling good. Most other documentary topics
That's
are like,
true.
oh, Earth is dying. Oh, they did what to that person? Oh, they did what to that person?
Because my favorite type of documentaries are about people specifically. And you're right, even if they're really fucking good, I come out of it like, oh, this shattered my heart.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, it's about like the U.S. men's basketball team winning the Olympics, but they followed around France, Serbia, U.S. So I guess whoever would have won would have been like the main star of the and Canada. But the U.S. men's team, they won the gold. in the Paris Olympics, there wasn't a single white person in the U.S. men's team, and they didn't celebrate by playing niggas in Paris.
That's
That is-
actually
That is the
that's actually
one,
fucked up.
literally in history, the best time to use that song. The best. When else?
It's like the most appropriate,
Yes.
even on national TV.
When else is like a group of basically all black people going to perform something that the world recognizes as like an achievement in Paris? Fuck, bro, I'm so
Yeah.
sad. Such a good opportunity, LeBron James. Why didn't you do this for me?
And before we end the podcast, though, who is the most famous basketball player to you?
Oh my God! Did I? Is this because of the TikTok I sent you? Did I send you this
Yes.
reel?
I think you
That's
did.
so funny. The one about where the mom is like, Mutombo Dikembe. It was like Dikembe Mutombo, legendary Dalton basketball player.
Yep.
It was so funny. To me, I still think it's Michael Jordan.
Me too. Because I know
Yeah.
we all joke about LeBron and like because he's like very, important figure in
Yeah.
basketball. I still think Michael Jordan is more known just because of the Jordans, or Kobe, because everyone fucking says his name.
Kobe, exactly when they're shooting. No, it's probably still. I was
And
probably
because
saying-
he's super well known in China. Kobe's
Jordan,
like so
Kobe,
well known in
LeBron.
China for some reason.
Yeah, and I think he might have lived in China for a bit as a kid. He definitely lived in
Oh.
Italy. He lived in Italy for a lot of his life as a kid.
Oh, I did not know that.
He could speak English, I think French, Italian, Spanish fluently.
Kobe.
Yeah, he would learn languages of people he didn't like, so he could like talk shit to them.
Oh my god, yeah, I did
Their
hear
language. Yeah. But yeah, I'll still say probably like top four would probably still be like Michael Jordan, then Kobe, then still honestly between Shaq and LeBron. But I think Shaq has become such an
I don't even associate him with basketball anymore.
exactly like he's just such a celebrity now.
He's just his
And-
own thing. He's a whole separate thing. He's his own little package.
Yeah, but like my mom can't tell me a single thing about LeBron James. But my mom had a poster of the 1992 like U.S. Olympic Dream Team on her wall with like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird.
You know what?
Magic Johnson. Yeah,
Should we like call our respective moms and see what they say the most?
yeah. Let's go for it. Actually,
I want to see who she thinks the most known basketball player is. Okay, I'm gonna go first because she's
Okay, go
most likely
first.
to answer immediately.
you don't know my mom like that, bro.
Oh, but I think there's a time zone difference with
Okay,
yours.
I'm kidding.
Come on, mom. Come on, mama.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question. I am recording this little thing with Henry, and I wanted to ask you a question.
You ask.
Who is the most famous basketball player to you?
Oh, I am so bad at that. Jordan?
Michael Jordan. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay, nice. That was it. That's all I wanted to ask.
Okay, alright.
Okay, perfect. I love you. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna call my mom now.
Perfect.
Yes, Ruru. I'm recording something with my friend right now. I just have one question to ask you very quickly. Who is the most famous basketball player ever to you?
Most famous basketball player ever. Well, I've got Jordan shoes.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Prove that point. Thank you. Okay. I'll call you soon. I love you. Bye. Yeah, it's Michael Jordan, man. Like you said,
There we
she
go.
has the shoes. She has the shoes.
Yep. And
Yeah.
also the video that we watched where they did exactly that. The moms said Michael Jordan or
Yeah.
the other one or Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah, or Kobe. Yeah.
Oh, there was also another one. I can't remember though if it was another basketball player or if it was just like.
No, she said a tennis player.
Oh my god, yeah. She tried to say Serena Williams, but she said Kiki Williams or something like that. Or Kiri.
Yes.
Or Keely Williams, actually, I think it was what she said.
Man, shout out to our moms, man.
Shout out to our moms.
Shout out to our moms. Okay, guys. Well, this has been a fun episode. Glad that we're back.
Next time, we'll definitely be more organized with our questions.
Yeah, we will. It's just been a while, and I've just been editing the backlog of episodes that you guys have been listening to. But yeah, we good now, man.
We are good.
Love you guys. Stay safe out there. If you're in the southern hemisphere, soak up that sun, baby. I mean, it'll still be around during winter. God, I miss home. But otherwise, if you are northern hemisphere, you know, maybe wear one less layer. You might not need it anymore. You can turn down your heating a little bit now. Life is getting a little better. Life is getting a little better.
That seasonal depression is slowly like slithering away.
Yeah, now it's just political depression.
Yeah, I feel like though that's in all hemispheres.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of just a worldwide constant, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Political.
But now the white people are suffering. Yeah. Which affects me, unfortunately. It'll always just affect me. So it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Love you lots.
Love you.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.